Once we revise what is reconciliation and all, okay, starting say. So welcome to online learning to all. So this is the content you have to study in advanced accounts topic. So first is reconciliation. So we'll start. So what do you mean by reconciliation? See, accounts reconciliation normally is a statement. See, you have to assess the validity of correctness or appropriate are there or not in balancing in all that. Okay, so companies are recording properly or not, you have to check that. Reconciliation is like you have to do the one, it's a important like in accounting, you have to check the day-to-day activity. See, if you found like there is a difference or mismatch of the accounts, is like it's unavoidable. You have to do the, because it's a daily activity. You can see, as I told you, this is a statement. You have to prepare, like you can prepare weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly, depend on your types of business. So this is the accounting process. You have to compare two sets of records to check the figures are correct or not. See, what is the reason for account reconciliation? See, once you like find out like when you do the account reconciliation, so you will come to know whether the updates your books of accounts, accuracy of books, like whether you are correct or not, whether your balance are matching with your data or not. You can check that. Okay. So this is the reason we have already discussed about this. To follow up your transaction, there is accuracy or not. There are three types of accounts reconciliation you can do: data reconciliation, creditor reconciliation, and branch reconciliation. First हम लोग data reconciliation देख रहे थे. See, normally you can say that in the large of business concern, we have to deal with so many parties. So we cannot keep the track records of the all transaction every time, right? So in order to see the verify, we have to verify the all the transactions, all the entries. We have to tally with the other party, and vice versa we can do. So we can ask for the account statement maintained by them in their books, and we are maintaining the books also. So we can check it whether it's correct or not. Once they if there is any difference, we intimate to सामने वाले पार्टी को भी intimate कर सकते हैं हम लोग. So reason क्या हो सकता है? What is the difference may be? So we have already discussed about. So once you have this, like data reconciliation is the process of comparing the outstanding customer balance or due. So you'll come to know how much amount is pending from the customer. It's a month end data, like you can check whether your data is correct or not. So this is the creditor reconciliation. Also, like you'll come to know whether, because reconciliation also same, it's a procedure of verifying the accounts of creditor. See, normally in situation what happened, in the case of differences, the same amount should be highlighted and the communicate to the respective creditor, and will make the necessary corrections for requirement. Okay. Branch reconciliation, head office and branch reconciliation. So it's also the process. You have to compare the data with head office and branch. You have to tally all the records of all the transaction with HO and branch, whatever they are making the transaction on, because it can be make the purchase and sale goods on behalf its own also. Clear? So this is the reason: check issue but not receive, goods in transit, like some maybe possibilities. This is the reason for branch, like same reason maybe check issued by branch but not received by HO. Goods transfer, inter-branch transactions may be possible. Expenses at branch made by HO हो सकता है. Clear? We have seen the examples also. What you have to do is like you have to check with your own data with the respective opposite data. You have to ask for the statement from your data. You have to check with the day by day transaction, day to day activities. Okay. So we have done this. सब लोग को याद है ना ये सब चीजें? तो
Yes, ma'am.
ओके. नहीं किसी को न्यू तो नहीं लग रहा है? बिकॉज हम लोग ने ये सब किया हुआ है. वी हैव डन दिस. This is a solution. You can check it. We have the screenshot also. You can check it from your own. Anyone has any doubt in reconciliation?
No.
Okay. So, okay, we'll continue from. So our next topic is journal entry. We have to pass the journal entry. For basic journal entry, we have, like I ask you the basic journal entry. Just can you tell me the accounting rules? Anyone? Hello.
Real account debit what comes in, credit what goes out.
Yes.
Personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Nominal
Yes.
account, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains.
Okay. So this is the accounting rule. You have to know this. Personal account debit the receiver, credit the giver. Real account debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Nominal account debit all expenses and losses, credit all income and gain.
Yes.
So basic journal entry, salary paid to Ram of rupees 15,000. What will be the journal entry for this? Hello.
Salary account debit to bank.
Yes. Salary account debit to cash or bank. If you are paying like by check, so it will come bank. If you are giving cash, so it will come cash. So LIC premium paid of rupees 5454. What will be the journal entry?
LIC premium to cash or bank.
No. Told you LIC premium. It's not my business expense.
Drawing.
Drawing आएगा because it's my personal expenses. Whenever proprietor do the personal expenses, it will transfer to drawing account. So journal entry will be drawing account debit to cash. Okay.
Cash.
Okay. So next is Mediclaim insurance paid of rupees 15,874.
Medical insurance to cash.
Yes, medical insurance to cash.
No. Rahul.
Salary is payable to Ram of rupees 25,000. What will be journal entry?
Salary account debit to outstanding salary.
Yes, salary account debit to outstanding because it's payable.
आता घे पॅड आता मी बोर्डावर करतो
The basic journal entry we have made. So now advanced journal entry we have to pass. So normally it's a salary, it's the most essential expenditure of the business. So while like at the time of payment of salary, few deductions you have to make. So you have to pass the journal entry for that. Okay. So first of all, this is a salary meaning. So it's expenditure of business concern at the time of payment. Few deductions are to be made. This is a salary payable for the employer and the employee benefits. Okay. So next is few deductions to be made, I said. So first deduction is employee provident fund. You have to deduct PF from your salary. So this is the contribution percentage. Employee contribute 12% of your salary. Employers contribute 13% of your salary. Whatever percent employee contribute, the same percentage employer also contribute. But normally this is the 13% they have, like because of employer, like they pay administration charges also. Okay, so they are paying 1% extra for administration charges. So you have to remember the employee provident is to be calculated on basic salary plus DNS allowance. Okay, employee provident fund, it's to be calculated on 12% on your basic salary plus DNS allowance. Next deduction is EPF, sorry ESI रहता है, ये तो same ही हो गया. Next deduction is ECI. So this is the contribution. I have taken the wrong image over here, so just consider it as a ECI, employee state insurance. Okay, so employee state insurance is, employee contribution is how much? 0.75 and employer contribution is 3.25.
25.
Okay, so always calculated on gross salary. PF is calculated on basic salary plus DNS allowance. ESI is calculated on gross salary. Remember this. You have to remember this percentage also. Okay. So next is book entry. See, as I told you, before the making any payment, you have to pass the book entry. Like you have to book the expenses. Then you can make a payment. Because IT department has mandatory for all the employers to deduct the, like whatever you are deducting, like TDS deducting, like PF, ESI, whatever you are deducting, you have to deduct. So you have to pass the book entry. So this is the book entry. How much your salary? Salary is my nominal account. It's my expenses. For the business purpose, you have to think. So salary is the expenditure. So salary account debited. So whatever you are deducting from your salary, you have to credit it with them. So here we have deducted PF. So employee contribution to PF, because in salary only employees contribute are there. So we are deducting that. So employee contribution to ESI, TDS payable, to advance salary to salary payable. This is the book entry you have to pass. After that you have to payment. So this is the EPF. So first we'll see the PF contribution. So this is the journal entry for that. You, while making the payment entry, you have to pass both employee contribution to PF and employer's contribution to PF, because for the employer, this is both are the expenditure. So employer contribution to PF account debit, employer's contribution to PF account debit to bank account. Next is ESI service. ESI contribution, you can say that. So next is ESI is employee state insurance contribution. Here also you can take employees contribution to ESI. Employees contribution to ESI. How much the percentage of employee contribution to ESI is?
0.75.
Yes, and calculated on?
Gross salary.
Gross salary.
Yes, gross salary. And the employer contribution to ESI is?
3.25.
Yes, 3.25. So next is TDS payment entry. You have to payment your TDS amount to the government. You have to deposit it to the government account. So this is the TDS payable account debit. It's my expenditure nominal, and to the bank account because I'm paying from my bank. Next is my salary, because you have to pay the salary to employee. So it's salary payment. So journal entry will be salary payment account debit to bank. यहाँ पे like in this situation you have to write salary payable account. You cannot write salary account, because as I told you, like salary payables TDS, it should be nullified with that, because whatever you have, like you have made this entry over here in book entry, you have credited this salary payable, TDS payable, and employee contribution to PF. employee contribution to ESI. So you have to nullify this account. So you have to pass the opposite entry. Okay, so you have to debit it. Clear? You have to remember this point also, this entry also. This is the TDS entry and this is the salary payment entry. So this is the question. Following is the salary detail. We have already done this in the last lecture. So we just check it out. So this is the question. What you have to do is you have to pass the book entry first, then pass the payment entry. So whenever you are passing the book entry, what you have to take is take your gross salary amount. So your salary account amount will be 79,900. So salary account debit 2 rupees 79,900. After that, you have to credit with whatever deduction you have made, like PF, ESI, advance, TDS. Okay. So this is the journal entry for that. You have to pass the book entry. This is the journal entry. Salary account debit 79,900. So over here, salary account debit, you have to take gross salary. Okay, after that, you have to just pass the deductions, whatever deduction may be, employee contribution to PF, employee contribution to ESI, TDS payable, advance salary and salary payable. Okay. So here, whatever you are taking the amounts given in this chart, you can see PF ka total you have to take. PF total is 7680.
7680.
Yes, 7,680. So यहाँ पे you can take it. Employee contribution to PF is 7680. So you can you will get this amount from your chart. Okay, in this question, and we have done this question also. So we'll continue. So this is the one point you have to remember is like advance salary. I have taken over your advance salary rupees 5,000. So this is my second entry. This is my second entry. First entry will be this. I have taken in like marked in bold in yellow. Advance salary account debit to cash bank. Whenever I am giving anyone to advance salary is my expenditure. So I have taken debited. And while I am paying the salary, I have to pay. So it will go by cash or bank account. So this is the first entry you have to pass. After that, you have to book over here. Okay. So this is the entry you have to do. In last lecture, I have not told about this. I am telling you right now. Okay. Whenever you are paying advance salary, you have to pass this advance salary also entry. Now you have to pay one by one. So this is the payment entry. This is the EPF payment. ESI payment you have to do is. So this is the payment entry. You can say employee contribution to PF. Employer's contribution to PF. See what is the percentage of employee contribution to PF?
12%.
12%.
12% of.
Gross salary.
I'm talking about
Basic
PF.
and DNS allowances.
Yes. Over here, working note for employer contribution. So they have taken as a 13% of basic plus DA. So you will get 8554. Okay. So I have given you the calculation also. Employee contribution to ASI is already given, and employer contribution to ESI is you have to calculate your gross salary into 3.25. Got it?
Okay.
So while make payment, you have to pass this entry. So you have to calculate employer's PF and employer's ESI. So this is the calculation I have given you. So next you have to payment TDS and salary. So this is the TDS payment entry. You have to pass the TDS payment to bank. TDS deposited, being narration you can write. From where I'll get this 69 rupees? You will get in this chart, this question. Total of TDS amount. Can you see? Total of TDS 69 rupees.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to take this amount. Okay. After that, you have to payment salary. So entry will be salary payable account debit to bank. You have to here you have to take is net salary, because now you are paying net salary to the employee after deductions. So here you have to take is net salary amount. Clear that? Okay. So this is the question 2. Might be I have given you the homework, ना? ये मैंने होमवर्क किया था ना आप लोगों को. सो जस्ट चेक कर लेते हैं आंसर आप लोग ने किया है या नहीं सॉल्व. 2 दिन का टाइम था आप लोगों के पास.
Yeah.
Have you done this?
Yes.
Okay, just check it with your answers. So this is the question. So just tell me the book entry. What will be your book entry?
Salary account
Yes.
1,08,300. Then to employees contribution to PF account 6120. Then to employees contribution to ESI 641. New rates है मैम. To TDS payable account 537.
One minute. यहाँ पे आपने ESI का अमाउंट कितना बोला एम्प्लॉय कंट्रीब्यूशन में?
मैम 641 आएगा ना?
नहीं यहाँ सी नहीं एज आई टोल्ड यू एम्प्लॉय ये ESI जो है इट्स ऑलरेडी गिवन टू यू. You don't have to calculate 0.75. Okay.
Okay.
It's already given, so you have to take 1496.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
To TDS payable account, to professional tax account, to salary payable.
Yes. Just check your answer with this book entry. So this is your answers of book entry. Just check it. Salary account debit. So you have to take over your gross amount, gross salary. After that, you have to take the whatever deductions have given in the your chart. So same amount will be come over here. Okay. Then only it will tally with salary payable, na?
Yeah.
Because debit and credit आपका tally नहीं हुआ होगा फिर debit और credit. नहीं तो फिर आपने हो सकता है आपने salary payable को round off किया रहेगा फिर.
Yes, salary payable को round off हुआ.
नहीं वैसा नहीं होगा because यहाँ पे salary payable
मैंने actually new rates के हिसाब से मैं करी थी actually calculation.
Yes. Okay, ठीक है. So now got it ना?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is you have to make the book entry. After that you have to make the payment entry.
Okay.
So यहाँ पे one more entry will be come over here. PT is payable ना? So PT payable account debit to cash bank over here come. Okay. I have taken over here because वहाँ पे जगह adjust नहीं हो पा रहा था. Okay, take it this. This is the PF and ESI contribution. So just check it. आप लोग का अमाउंट राइट है या नहीं जस्ट चेक करना और मुझे बताओ राइट है या नहीं. बिकॉज एम्प्लॉय कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन टू PF इट विल कम 6120 फ्रॉम योर चार्ट. एम्प्लॉयज कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन टू PF आई हैव टेकन 6630. आप लोग ने क्या लिया है जरा बताएंगे मुझे.
6,630.
आप लोग ने भी 6,630 लिए.
मैम 51,000 पे वो कैलकुलेट होगा ना 13%. आई थिंक 1 या 2% के लिए वो नहीं है.
सी 1 सेकंड में आपको उसका कैलकुलेशन बताती हूँ. सो दिस इज द कैलकुलेशन.
51,000. यस 6,630.
51,000 पता है क्या?
हाँ.
ओके ठीक है. सो यहाँ पे नॉर्मली क्या है पता है. See in this situation, working note for employment, like employer contribution to PF, you have to take basic plus DA, and then you have to multiply with 13%. But in this situation, you can see the question PF of last 2 employees, PF are not deducted, so we'll not take the basic and DA amount for that. Okay. जिन लोगों का PF डिडक्ट नहीं हुआ है हम लोग उनका सैलरी बेसिक और डीए नहीं ले सकते कैलकुलेशन पर्पस के लिए. So what we have to do is we have to deduct over here. So I have deducting this 57,000 plus 28,500 minus 34,000. Okay. So I have got 51,000. Clear everyone? For the purpose of calculation of employer's PF, you have to check whether PF are deducted or not. Once you find out the PF are not deducted from any one of your employee, you don't have need to take the basic or DA of that amount. Clear? Everyone?
Yes.
Okay. In same situation, ESI also. Employee ESI is given 1496. For employee's contribution, you have to calculate your gross salary into 3.25. You can see. Yes. In same situation, ESI is not deducted from last employee. In the question, you can see last employee का ESI deduct नहीं हुआ है. So will not take the gross salary of that employee. So I have deducted over here 22,800. I have deducted. Clear that? Okay. So next you have to do is TDS payment. TDS payable to bank already given in your question. This is a salary. So salary payment, salary payable account debit to bank 99,427. Clear that everyone?
Yes.
Anyone has any doubt in this question?
Ma'am, P-taxable. Tax payable.
Sorry?
P-tax payable.
I'm not getting your voice properly. Hello. Okay, so PT tax payable you are asking about. So PT tax payable is over. I have taken over here. 1 second. See, I told you I have taken before. So this is the PT tax payable. Okay, there was not place, so I have taken over here. So this is the PT payable account debit to cash bank.
Yes, ma'am.
I have nullified the account also. Clear everyone?
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll continue. So we'll continue with next. So next is advanced tax. See, already we have discussed about advanced tax. We have to pass the advanced journal entry from this. So advanced tax is payable when you earn the income. See, like normally what like advanced tax is paid in advance, like when your tax liability is more than 10,000. You have to check whether your tax liability is more than 10,000 or not. Once you find out that you have your tax liability is more than 10,000, you have to pay advance tax. Okay. Normally advance tax is paid in the previous year only when you earn the income. That's why it's called as pay as you earn the income. Clear everyone? So this is the example I have taken over here. So advance tax payment for the assessment year of 2021 is of rupees 1,50,000. What will be the journal entry for this? See, I told you advance tax, it's my asset. So asset account always shows debit balance.
Debit balance.
Yes.
Yes, so you have to pass over here is advance tax account debit to bank because advance tax is paid. So my journal entry will be advance tax account debit to cash bank. Whenever you are paying your advance tax, It will come consider as an advance tax account debit because it's my asset and to bank account. Clear that?
Yes.
Okay. So next is provision. See, when you have to pay the tax, now you have to make some provision in that. So provision for tax. It's a like provision made out of your current profit to meet the taxation obligations. So just take examples and just pass the journal entry. Provision for tax has to be made for the assessment year 2021 of rupees 5,000, 5 lakh, sorry. You have to pay 5 lakh rupees tax as a tax, so you have to made a provision for 5 lakh. As I told you, you have to make a book entry before making a payment.